you can say could tear me away from my God.
There's a pattern nobody likes to talk about. Artist rises at Motown. Artist leaves Motown, sometimes by choice, sometimes by force. And then something terrible happens. It happened 8 times.
I say to myself, you're such a...
8 black soul legends, some of the greatest voices in American music history, who walked away from Berry Gordy's machine and never found solid ground again. Some died broke, some died alone, some died by violence. Some died of the kind of slow destruction that comes when the world stops calling your name and you can't remember who you are without the music.
You, babe, don't you know that there ain't no mountain high?
This is not a conspiracy theory. This is a pattern backed by facts, dates, and documented history. And it starts with the woman who built the most famous group in Motown history and wasn't allowed to say so. Number 8, Florence Ballard. Florence Ballard did not join the Supremes. She built them. She was the one who recruited Diana Ross and Mary Wilson into a group she called the Primettes. In 1959, she was the one who chose the name The Supremes when Berry Gordy insisted they change it. She was, by widespread testimony from those who were there, the strongest voice in the group. But Berry Gordy had other plans. By 1963, Gordy had made Diana Ross the lead singer, a role that had never been officially assigned to anyone. Ross was Gordy's romantic partner at the time. Ballard was pushed to the back of the stage and told to smile. She struggled with that. She began missing shows. She gained weight. She drank more. Gordy used every missed appearance as further justification to push her further out. On a July night in 1967, backstage at the Flamingo Hotel in Las Vegas, Gordy grabbed her arm before she went on stage and told her, "If you go on stage, I'll throw you off."
Tell me, what did I do wrong to make...
Florence Ballard did not go on stage that night. Cindy Birdsong wore her costume and took her place. When she was finally removed from the group, Ballard received a settlement of $160,000. And as part of that settlement, she was forbidden to promote herself as a former Supreme. She was not allowed to say she had been in the group she built. She signed with ABC Records. 2 singles failed. Her album was shelved. She gave her money to a manager who mishandled it. Her husband left. Her home was foreclosed. By 1972, Florence Ballard, co-founder of the most successful black female group in American music history, was living in her sister's house and collecting welfare checks. In early 1975, a Detroit journalist was assigned to write a piece about her situation. She was found living in a small house with her 3 daughters, her mother, and a sister. The world had completely forgotten her. Just when it seemed she was starting over, performing again, reconciling with her husband, rebuilding her voice. Florence Ballard checked into Detroit's Mount Carmel Mercy Hospital on February 21st, 1976. She was complaining of numbness in her extremities. The following morning at 10:05 a.m., she died of a coronary thrombosis, a blood clot in her coronary artery. Florence Ballard was 32 years old. At her funeral, so Diana Ross and Mary Wilson, who had barely spoken since the Supremes broke up, came together to say goodbye to the girl who had recruited them both. Jennifer Hudson later won an Academy Award for playing a character inspired by Florence Ballard in the film Dreamgirls. In her acceptance speech, she dedicated the award to Florence Ballard, who never got a chance. Number 7, Mary Wells. It's nothing you can. The Beatles said Mary Wells was their favorite American singer. Not Aretha, not Diana Ross, not anyone else. Mary Wells. It's nothing you can do could make me untrue. They invited her to tour with them in the UK in 1964, making her the first Motown artist to perform in Britain. My God, she was so beloved by the Fab Four that she recorded an entire album of their songs as a tribute. My God, at the time she left Motown, My Guy had just hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, the first Motown single to break the Beatles' uninterrupted streak in the top 10. My God. She was 21 years old. She was the biggest female artist on the label. She was the queen of Motown. And she walked away. Convinced by her then-husband Herman Griffin that Motown was underpaying her, Wells argued that her original contract, signed when she was 17, was invalid. She left for 20th Century Fox Records. The deal was reportedly worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. She never had another top 10 hit. Not with Fox, not with Atlantic, not with Atco, not with Jubilee, not with Reprise. Label after label, deal after deal, nothing matched what she had at Motown. She spent the next 2 decades touring on the oldies circuit, keeping herself alive by singing songs from a career that had effectively ended when she was 21 years old. Then in 1990, everything collapsed. Mary Wells was diagnosed with cancer of the larynx. The cancer was caused by decades of heavy smoking, up to 2 packs a day. It's a matter of taste, to be exact. The treatment left her unable to sing. She had no health insurance. She was so financially devastated, she was evicted from her apartment. Rod Stewart, Bruce Springsteen, Bonnie Raitt, and Diana Ross all contributed money to help pay her medical bills. There's not a man today. In 1991, unable to sing above a whisper, Mary Wells traveled to Washington, D.C. and testified before Congress, urging government funding for cancer research. There's not a man today. She said in a whisper to the committee, I'm here today to urge you to keep the faith. I can't cheer you on with all my voice, but I can encourage with all my heart and soul. She died on July 26, 1992. She was 49 years old, the First Lady of Motown. The woman the Beatles loved, dead at 49, unable to speak above a whisper at the end.
Listen, 90% of you watching right now aren't subscribed yet. If these stories are blowing your mind, imagine what you're missing. Hit subscribe, turn on that bell, and join the 200,000 R&B fans who never miss a Groove Lens upload.
Number 6, David Ruffin. David Ruffin was the mightiest voice the Temptations ever had. When he dropped to one knee at the front of the stage and stretched his hand toward the crowd, the entire room held its breath. He sang lead on My Girl, the Temptations' first #1. He sang lead on Ain't Too Proud to Beg.
I've got so much time.
He sang lead on I Wish It Would Rain, and he rode to every concert in a private mink-lined limousine, separate from the rest of the group, with his girlfriend, Motown singer Tammi Terrell, beside him.
And the birds in the trees.
By 1968, his ego had outgrown the building. He demanded the group be renamed David Ruffin and the Temptations.
My girl, my girl, my girl.
The same way Berry Gordy had renamed the Supremes after Diana Ross. The other Temptations said no. He was fired. His solo career produced 2 legitimate hits, My Whole World Ended and Walk Away from Love, but nothing close to what he'd had with the group. By the late 1980s, Ruffin had a serious crack cocaine addiction. In 1988, he was arrested in Detroit for possession. He was sentenced to probation.
One man can play.
He violated the probation. He entered a treatment program. He kept using. A friend described watching him disappear into crack houses. He was getting high so much. The man was a walking skeleton.
I've got so much.
In the spring of 1991, Ruffin told his brother Quincy he wanted to go back to Mississippi and walk along a lake together, their feet in the sand. He wanted to get back to what life was really all about. His niece later said, that never happened.
And the birds in the trees.
On the night of May 31st, 1991, dressed in Bermuda shorts, white sneakers, and a lime green shirt, this David Ruffin climbed into a borrowed limousine in Philadelphia. He had reportedly just come off a British tour that earned nearly $300,000. He was taken to a crack house in West Philadelphia. He split 10 vials of cocaine with another man in less than 30 minutes. At 3 a.m. on June 1st, the limousine driver dropped him unconscious at the emergency room of the University of Pennsylvania Hospital. The driver told the staff who he was, then drove away without giving his own name. An hour later, David Ruffin was dead. He was 50 years old. They found $53 in his pockets, the nearly $300,000 from the tour, missing. His family believed someone had robbed him. Nobody was ever charged. Because he died broke, Michael Jackson paid for his funeral. The Temptations sang "My Girl" at his graveside. Number 5, Eddie Kendricks.
Such a lucky guy.
Eddie Kendricks was the falsetto behind the Temptations, the voice that floated above the melody on "The Way You Do the Things You Do," "Get Ready," and "Just My Imagination."
It's truly a dream come true.
David Ruffin got the grit. Eddie Kendricks got the grace.
Always in the world, she belongs.
He left the Temptations in 1971. The same year, he sang lead on "Just My Imagination," one of the group's finest recordings.
It was just my...
He left in glory. His solo career was real. "Keep On Truckin'" and "Boogie Down" both hit number 1 in 1973. But by the late 1970s, the hits had dried up. He moved from label to label, Motown, Arista, Atlantic, and never found consistent success again. The years of chain smoking were catching up with him. His falsetto, the instrument that made him famous, started failing him on stage. He went to a doctor in the early 1980s to find out why. The doctor found a small carcinoma, the first signs of cancer, in his lung. Kendricks refused chemotherapy. He was afraid of losing his hair. So he kept performing. He kept smoking. He toured with David Ruffin and Dennis Edwards as the former leads of the Temptations. He stood on stage at the Apollo Theater in New York in June of 1992 and walked off mid-set because the pain was too much. He came back for his bow at the end. He smiled at the audience, then walked off the stage for the last time. A camera at the back of the house caught the look on his face when he turned away from the crowd. Witnesses said it was the look of a man who knew he would never perform again. He was rushed to Baptist Medical Center in Birmingham in September 1992. His right lung had been removed the year before in an attempt to stop the cancer. It had not stopped it.
Don't ever let another take her love from me.
On October 5th, 1992, Eddie Kendricks died of lung cancer in Birmingham, Alabama. He was 52 years old.
Every night on my knees.
He did not have health insurance. Bobby Womack organized 2 benefit concerts to help his family pay the bills. 16 months after David Ruffin died in a Philadelphia crack house, his singing partner, the man Ruffin once said, "When you stand next to him, you almost forget to sing your own parts because what he's doing is so beautiful," was gone too.
Running away with me.
2 founding Temptations, dead within a year and a half of each other.
My imagination.
Number 4, Tammi Terrell. Tammi Terrell never officially left Motown, but her story belongs in this conversation because what Motown and the life around it did to her is one of the most heartbreaking stories in the history of American music. She was 24 years old when she died. Born Thomasina Montgomery in Philadelphia in 1945, she came to Motown in 1965 and was paired with Marvin Gaye as a duet partner in 1967. The chemistry between them was immediate and electric. Ain't No Mountain High Enough reached number 19 in 1967. Your Precious Love reached number 5. Ain't Nothing Like the Real Thing reached number 8. You're All I Need to Get By reached number 7. 4 top 10 hits in 1 year. In those recordings, Tammi Terrell sounds invincible, like someone who has found the place they were always meant to be. It's then on October 14th, 1967, in the middle of a performance at Hampton-Sydney College in Virginia,
Ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley.
Tammi Terrell collapsed in Marvin Gaye's arms on stage. She was rushed to a hospital. Doctors found a malignant brain tumor.
No matter how far.
Don't worry, babe.
She underwent 8 brain surgeries over the next 3 years. Marvin Gaye was so devastated by what happened to her that he refused to perform live for 3 years. He later said the experience drove him into a depression from which he never fully recovered. What has never been fully resolved is what caused the tumor.
I'll be there when you want me some way, somehow.
Tammi Terrell was, according to multiple accounts, in a violent relationship before she arrived at Motown.
Ain't no river wide enough.
Several biographers have directly linked sustained head trauma from that relationship to the development of her condition. Motown never publicly addressed it. On March 16, 1970, Tammi Terrell died at Thomas Jefferson University Hospital in Philadelphia. She was 24 years old.
If you ever need a helping hand.
Marvin Gaye later said, Tammi was the victim of the violent side of love. I have no first-hand knowledge of what really killed her, but my heart was broken. He built his greatest album, What's Going On, partly as a response to her death. The album Rolling Stone now calls the greatest of all time. Tammi Terrell never heard it. Number 3, Paul Williams, The Temptations. Paul Williams was one of the founding members of The Temptations. He was also, by wide consensus, the greatest dancer in the group. The architect of The Temptations' signature choreography that made them the most visually stunning act in Motown history. And don't look back. He co-wrote several of the group's earliest songs. He was the emotional center of the group in their formative years, and he was quietly falling apart. By the late 1960s, Paul Williams had developed a serious drinking problem.
We're gonna leave all our troubles behind.
The kind that made his legs shake and his hands tremble before he went on stage. He was also suffering from sickle cell anemia, a condition that caused him intense physical pain that he managed with alcohol. By 1971, he could no longer perform with the group.
Keep on walking, don't look back.
He was replaced in the live lineup by Richard Street, but Motown kept him on salary. They kept him on the payroll out of loyalty.
First love let you down. Oh,
A rare act of compassion from a label not always known for it. The money stopped when Motown moved to Los Angeles in 1972. Paul Williams was alone in Detroit, no income, no ability to perform, a drinking problem that had by now consumed his daily life.
and don't look back.
On August 17, 1973, Paul Williams was found in his car near Motown's original offices on West Grand Boulevard, just a few doors down from where he had made his name.
It's done.
He had died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. He was 34 years old. That night, an estimated 2,500 people lined up around the block at the James H. Cole Funeral Home, just doors from Hitsville, USA, to pay their respects. They filed past his casket for 4 hours. The same street where he had become a legend was the street where he died. Number 2, Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye left Motown in 1981. After nearly 20 years with the label, after What's Going On, after Let's Get It On, after I Heard It Through the Grapevine, he signed with Columbia Records. He was free. His first Columbia single, Sexual Healing, reached number 1 on the Billboard R&B chart in 1982. It stayed there for 10 weeks. It won him his first 2 Grammy Awards.
Was the last time
For a moment, it looked like the best chapter was still ahead of him. It wasn't. Marvin Gaye was a man at war with himself. He had battled cocaine addiction for years. He owed the IRS more than $1 million in unpaid taxes. He owed hundreds of thousands more in alimony to his 2 ex-wives.
point, and unfortunately it didn't work for him.
In total, he was nearly $2 million in debt. By late 1983, Marvin Gaye had moved back in with his parents in their West Adams home in Los Angeles. He was paranoid. He was deeply depressed. He reportedly told his bodyguard that he believed someone was plotting to kill him. What happened next is one of the most disturbing stories in the history of popular music. On the morning of April 1st, 1984, one day before Marvin Gaye's 45th birthday, his father, Marvin Gaye Sr., a Pentecostal minister, got into a heated argument with Marvin's mother, Alberta, over a missing insurance document. Marvin intervened. The argument became physical, His father, who had brutally abused Marvin throughout his childhood, went to his bedroom and came back with a gun. The gun that Marvin himself had given his father for Christmas. He shot Marvin in the chest, then walked over to where Marvin lay on the floor and fired again. Marvin Gaye was pronounced dead on arrival at the hospital. His brother Frankie, who held him in his final minutes, later wrote that Marvin's last words were, "I got what I wanted. I couldn't do it myself, so I made him do it." Over 10,000 people attended his funeral. Marvin Gaye Sr. was charged with first-degree murder. Charges were reduced to voluntary manslaughter after doctors discovered a brain tumor. He received a 6-year suspended sentence. He served no prison time. He died in 1998. At the time of his death, Marvin Gaye, who had sold an estimated 30 million albums, had $30 in cash. Number 1. Shorty Long, Frederick Earl Long. The world knew him as Shorty Long, was one of the most gifted multi-instrumentalists at Motown. He played piano, drums, guitar, harmonica, and trombone. He was a comedian, a performer, and a genuine original in a label full of polished acts. His 1968 single, "Here Comes the Judge," reached number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100. It was a novelty record, comedic, sharp, completely unexpected, and it connected with a mainstream audience in a way that most Motown acts never achieved. He was 29 years old. He had real momentum. He had a sound nobody else at Motown had. And on June 29, 1969, Shorty Long drowned in the Detroit River. He was on a fishing and boating trip when the boat capsized. He was 29 years old. His Motown contract was just hitting its stride.
Judge, is that the man? Yeah, Your Honor.
His commercial peak had just arrived, gone in a moment, on a river in the city where he had made his name.